Hello, Sweet Tooth here. I hope your day is going well. Going to do some commentary on gameplay footage given by a very good friend, flutterpieroxs. This is Eden. I don't know too much about this, so let's go right into the second part. I'm not used to bathing by myself. She certainly was your ordinary shut-in.
いいから、さっさと入ってきな。
Don't worry about it. Just hurry up. Get over it, Ryu.
でも、背中や髪を一人で洗うの
But
が
it's
大
quite
変で。
difficult to wash my back and hair by myself.
一人で洗えるように努
Just
力し
do
て
your
くれ。
best to clean yourself alone.
量
You're
は
so
冷
cold.
凍。
She left the living room sounding disappointed. What a troublesome girl. What? But for the two of us to live together like this and for me to be willing to wait on her, was this sort of thing inevitable? Is there a reason that he's holding back, or not reciprocating, not acknowledging the way she feels? What about my own feelings? How did I feel about her? When she says or does some such provocative things so innocently, I feel like the cage around my heart is falling apart. Although this probably wasn't a bad thing. Not in the slightest. I can see your mouse cursor. From the sound of her breathing, I was certain she had fallen asleep. I stood from the chair beside her bed and dimmed the lights. I considered leaving the room, but decided to return to my seat instead. Her breathing was normal, not particularly erratic. Now you're gonna watch her while she sleeps? She was fine. I was just worrying too much. Okay, so you won't help her scrub her back, but you're gonna watch her while she sleeps? Her hand had slipped out from under the comforter. I gently took her hand to put it back under the covers. She's probably awake. But suddenly she squeezed back. It wasn't a particularly strong grip, but it was enough that couldn't let go. Her petite hand, white as snow, I silently squeezed back. Her hand was a little cold, but I could certainly feel her warmth. Her mouth was moving over so slightly, like she was repeating the same words over and over. That music is going to make me sad. What was she whispering? As I began to lean in, I suddenly stopped. Even in the darkness, I could clearly see it. A trickle of tears streamed from her closed eyes. She just wants somebody to be there. What could be so sad? The fact that you wouldn't be there? Could they be tears shed for someone she once knew? How much sadness is she carrying in her dreams, in her heart? Why don't you just ask her? Start being a little bit more open. Instead of watching her while she sleeps. I slowly released her hand. Unable to even wipe her tears away, I turned my back to her. I can't face these sorrows with you just yet. Because I'm still unable to deal with my own. I still remember the soft sensation of her hand from that time. There was no way I could forget. I was incapable of forgetting all of the time I spent with her.
汚れちまったな。
They're tainted. I stared closely at my hands. They were covered in mud. The skin was cracking underneath and spots of blood were oozing onto the surface. I would have been fine had I worn some work gloves, but I never even considered it. Never once considered it. No, I knew I would be digging such a big hole. So using a
何
shovel.
をやってるんだ。
What am I doing? What in the world was I doing? I felt like I'd been asking myself that my entire life. Except for the first time I spent with her. The cold wind, wonderful on my raw, stinging hands. Felt. Shall I return to the past once more? I'll remember everything, from the beginning to the end, so that I can move these hands again. Did I make any mistake leading up to this day, this very spot? Was there nothing I could have had said? Was there anything I should have not have said? What was it that I did for you? Let me remember one thing at a time. I slowly closed my eyes. I still see your mouse cursor. Some months ago. And your Skype message noises. There were many people on the planet.
楽な仕事であることは保
I
証するよ。
guarantee it's an easy assignment. The girl sitting across from me said that cheerfully as she crossed her long legs from underneath her miniskirt. Her name was something. She was a warrant officer like myself and seemed to be the same age. Perhaps that is why I was acting quite friendly with me despite us having just met.
軍機にはうるさくないし、勤務時間外は
They
多
aren't
少羽
finicky
目を
about
外しても
regulations,
咎め
and
ら
they
れるこ
won't
と
fault
もな
you
い。
for the most part if you cut loose when you're off the clock. She had an army brat feel to her, and her personality was refreshing.
士官の数も少ないから、順位って言えば
There
ちょっとした
also
身分だよ。
aren't too many officers, so the warrant officer is quite a position indeed.
で、聞いてる？春菜
Hey, are
順
you
位。
listening? Warrant Officer Haruna?
聞いてるよ、浅井純。
I'm listening, Warrant Officer Asai.
さっきも言ったでしょ。
Didn't I
ラ
tell
ビ
you
ーでいいって
before?
ば。
Lavi is fine.
あんまり
ラビー
名字好きじゃないんだよね。
I don't
私
like my
だからラビ
surname
順
all
位
that much,
って呼んで。
so call me Warrant Officer Lavi.
名前に階級をつけるのはおかしくないか。
Isn't it weird to attach your rank to you? Your first name?
なんなら呼び捨てにしてくれても全然構わない
I
よ。
don't mind if you'd like to
私が
drop
上
the
官になるまで
formalities,
は。
at least until I become your superior. She gave me a teasing smile.
でもさ、春菜順位。ほん
But
と
you know,
さ
Warrant
っきから上の空じゃ
Officer
ない？
Haruna, don't you think we've been a little too aloof this whole time?
もしかして今回の任務は気に入
Are
ら
you
ない
not
の？
pleased with your current mission? This female soldier and I were the only ones present in this transport helicopter which could carry 11 troops. Her shrill voice was harsh in my ears, perhaps due to how empty it was.
ま、特殊部隊出身
Well,
の順位
defending a
は
research facility is probably a lackluster job for a warrant officer from the special forces. I thought he was just like a field medical officer. Now he's a warrant
別
officer?
に物足りないって
It's
こと
not that
は
I'm
ないさ。
particularly unsatisfied. According to others, I usually looked quite stoic and always seemed displeased. Well, it wasn't a big deal for soldiers to be unsociable.
It's
work, so I'm not being picky. I'll go anywhere and do anything if I'm ordered. Well, aren't you modest?
エリート部隊の
Oh,
隊
I
員なん
thought
て
everyone
み
in
ん
the
な
elite
傲慢な
unit
タイプ
was
かと
an
思って
arrogant
た。
bastard. I may have been in the special forces, but that doesn't really make me an elite. The work we performed was just different from other units. Besides, the unit is no more. I'm no different than you. From you.
そんなもんかな。
Is that so? Yeah. It's been 3 months since the unified government had declared the war to be over. Now there's a war? My unit was dissolved amidst the rapid disassembly and reorganization of land forces. Many of my former comrades transferred to new units and had gone into space. Several had been discharged and returned to their normal lives, and some transferred to the police force. It was exceedingly rare for someone to be transferred to another terrestrial unit like me. I can see it. Take a look over there. She spoke remarkably loud and looked towards the window behind me. I turned to look, and why is it focused in her leg? Sure, lured by her voice. As soon as I turned around, a tiny island floating around on the light blue ocean entered my view. It was a rather solemn-looking building. Save data? Oh. Looks like a wrap-up of the second part. Conceal the sheer rock face. I like some sort of mistake in design. And that's it. I think. So done? Yes, your new post. Well, like a bigger research facility number 703. And the video ended. Alright. Well, that's going to do for this video. I want to thank you for watching. Feel free to leave a comment. I hope you have yourself a good day. And this is Sweet Tooth, signing off.